Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk Kinda. I am your host, Hayden McGraw, and today I'll be joined by...
You're the host again, Griffin Murray.
And today we are once again covering the rest of...
Still covering. You'll notice everything looks a little the same.
Yeah, we made sure it was one-to-one.
Yep, we went home, we showered, we washed our laundry, we came back.
I didn't shower.
Oh, I didn't wash my laundry.
Oh.
That'll be good for the sound. No, we're so as of right now, well, not right now. As of right now, this is 5 seconds into this video.
Gaslight.
We ended the last one at 1 hour and 6 minutes. I got up. We had some issues in the previous video. You'll remember because all of you watch everything we produce.
That's true.
Where we lost recording.
For Fantastic Four, yeah.
Yeah. Which, wow, what an episode that was.
My grandpa asked if we faked that.
And no, that was real. That was
like,
100% real.
No, we really did just keep messing up.
And you can tell that it was real because of I never watched that one fully through again because it was like the quality dipped, like it was.
Oh yeah,
it was
we just
so
got
we were
we got
so
tired
over
of
it.
that shit. This one gets probably the highest quality because we just keep talking.
So the first episode, you'll know, it was 1 hour and 6 minutes. So we thought this would be a good time to create a backlog of videos so that we don't have to record anything until 2077.
Exactly.
So when Cyberpunk is officially real.
Oh, I hope.
This is a little Cyberpunk reference.
Cyberpunk.
It's a hockey game now. Oh boy.
But let's just jump right back into where we are. Griffin has a list of notes. I got a list of Easter eggs and stuff like that, and we've just been kind of discussing going through the movie. If you didn't watch the last episode, you probably should. We talk about a lot.
Just gonna say that I would highly suggest if by some chance you didn't use your 2-month opportunity to watch that first episode, go back and watch it. So you're caught up, because I'm gonna start saying stuff and you're gonna be like, I know this was 5 Nights at Freddy's, not 5 school days at a middle school.
Yes, exactly. If you want to hear all about the puppet, about the about Mangle, about
I see you commenting 5 days at a middle school. Please stop. Thank you.
All right.
Anyway, sorry. I wanted to stop that comment. I
Oh,
don't want bad comments.
Yeah, we don't want comments. Any comments.
We don't want any comments.
We don't want any comments.
Please do not interact.
We leave them on, though. We leave them on to tease you.
Don't subscribe. Don't like. I will cry. It makes me sad. No, it's reverse psychology. They'll think they'll think it's a joke. Like, oh, we're gonna make him so sad. Look how sad and scary he's gonna be.
The little mini marionettes.
Oh, yes.
What the fuck is with those? And why do they never do anything again after that in one scene? Why? Why do they even exist? When you also show Balloon Boy in the water later.
I liked them, and I think they only used them once because they wanted to also use Balloon Boy. My guess is that those were this could probably be said for everything that people are like, what's this about? And I mean, half these things on this list could probably be answered by this, but I'm guessing it's something that Scott wanted to do in an earlier game and didn't or couldn't, so then he put it in here.
Because they do feel like mini arenas, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Like those, but they're
not. I don't know. I thought they were a fun addition. But yeah, it's like we'll never see him again, and that's fine.
That's just, and they don't, because that's one thing I was a little bit confused on is he wakes Charlotte up or brings Charlotte back or whatever, but those puppets kill that kid before that. So then, is Charlotte controlling them, or are they controlled on their own means? Because then we don't see the animatronics wake up until after Charlotte's alive. Like, McKenna Grace is dead. So is that like the first thing Charlotte starts to control, or do they just move independently on their own, through their own, And are they even controlled by the puppet? Because it's like they're not. Are they animatronics, kind of thing? I don't know. They're very confusing. They're there. They basically like piranhas rip this guy apart, and then they never do anything ever again. Not even a frame is given to them, I think, after that scene, which that was one part that bothered me. But
you want to talk about a part that bothered me, and I'm going to contradict myself in 4 pages here. Using McKenna Grace and her character as the marionette. Number one, she looked like Pennywise.
Yes.
It looked so bad.
And I think the issue is Welcome to Derry has been coming on, so we've been all watching Pennywise, and then to watch that, I was like, yeah, that's basically Pennywise there. And I think the reason, because they talked about the reason, was because the marionette doesn't really move around in the games, and you even see it in like Help Wanted, where when she kind of moves, she kind of is like slithery around and kind of just moves weird, and they didn't know how to replicate that, I think, without CGI, so they still wanted to use physical people, but when it happened, I kind of was like, yeah, I was like, I don't know how I feel now.
And that's why it's like, I had said this, like, I understand why it happened, and this is what's kind of, the interesting thing to look at this in that mechanic, I guess you want to call it, like a game mechanic, mm-hmm. Whenever the puppet takes over Abby, it is like the most, like, it's like the best scene of, it's one of the best scenes of the whole movie.
And I do agree because I just watched the behind the scenes on this. She genuinely cared so much about being that character that she never broke that character. They said, like, as soon as she put that face paint on, she was that marionette. And not that McKenna Grace didn't, but I feel like her character, we don't know her character as much.
Right.
Like, I thought
sorry.
Abby was dead. You know, like, I thought that was Abby being dead.
That was, yeah.
So my jaw, multiple points in the movie, I, like, thought to myself, my jaw is hanging wide open right now. Like, I need to, like, not be a 5-year-old.
One thing I wish is that, speaking about being a 5-year-old, I wish we would have kept a count for how many times I went, Michael! Because it was, I think every 5 minutes I'd go, Michael! Michael! Don't leave me here! And then we'd sit there, and he'd go, Michael!
They're going to reference that in the next movie, and I was thinking about it, is they're going to have shit burning down, and William's just going to be screaming that because Michael's running away to, like, survive or something. You know, he doesn't want to burn in a fire.
I saw a TikTok that was like, it'd be like, if this song played if this song played at the end of FNAF 2, would you be sitting down for FNAF 3? And I said, they could play any song, and I'm sitting down for FNAF 45.
No, literally. Give you like, I just shit my pants. It'd be like, poopy poopy song. Yeah. And I'd be like, I'm down for the next one.
Do we know what caused the left side of, or whatever side it is, of the spring Bonnie suit to get messed up?
No, that's one thing people don't really understand, why it's all in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's ever really explained. Because people all theorize that there was a fire before, like, but then we don't really see that because this is the first location. So I don't know if that's just supposed to be withering or if there's actually a reason or what happened to it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because in 82 it looks perfectly fine.
Right.
And then, I guess then we don't see it again until
2000.
Yeah. So I guess that's 20 years apart because we don't get any other flashbacks.
But it's not the fact that it's deteriorating, it's the fact that it's one side.
One side is just deteriorating.
And the other side's just like, nothing ever happened.
I'm healed.
But yeah, that was something that I just kind of thought of. And that's not even like, that's like the nice thing about like watching sequels, that this is a question that should have came up when I watched the first movie. Mm-hmm. But I was like, oh, it's probably been that way for a while. And then it's like, well, that was 20 years ago. Yeah, so like things can happen, but it's like, what caused that?
Exactly.
Do anything? I feel like I've been yapping a whole lot.
I kind of like how it's going. I feel like I'm adding stuff as we're going through.
This was something that I point out, and you want to talk about a time that you feel good, is when you point out something to Hayden, he goes, oh, I never even thought of that. The box in Vanessa's closet is 100% supposed to be the box from FNAF 4.
But see, when I went back and looked at it, it doesn't have the yellow things on it that the box of FNAF 4 has. And that's the only reason I feel it's not. It's very similar.
And everything else in the movie's been 1-to-1.
I know. But
I will die on that hill, though. That's like,
no, I do.
And I think it's because I noticed it before you that it's like I will.
No, I don't disagree. And a lot of other people are saying that. And to where to me, it's more like they probably didn't want to spend money on a box. And Scott was like, "This, they will understand what I'm saying." And to me, that makes
and it kind of makes sense to kind of, pull it all together. Is that inside the box is mementos from the kids that he's killed.
Exactly. That's
like,
why
it makes total sense.
That's why, like, it totally. To me, I wish they would have put more effort into it, make it the actual 1-to-1 FNAF 4 box, because that would have made it a million times, you know. But I do think that's 1,000% what they were intending, or at least hinting at, you know, unless they do something else in a future game or a future movie
or game. I mean, either way,
yeah,
because I mean, they feed into each other.
I feel like at this point we will never get the box open. I mean, I think Scott's even said that, like, it's so far gone, and I don't think it even matters that much anymore.
Yeah. Why did she keep all that stuff?
I don't know.
Like, including...
thanks, Dad. Thanks for giving me this thing. You just murdered some kids. I'll just put it in a box.
Garrett's plane. Oh, my dad killed your brother. I've got his plane in my closet.
I know, she never mentions that ever.
Like, think about how much of like a kind of like a not like a reconciliation, but like if she would give that back to Mike and be like, if my dad did terrible things, this was your brother's, and like just like a full circle. And
considering a whole plot of the movie is them going and looking at stuff to try to get that, like he has that Nebraska poster to try to recall being back there. You would think she'd go, oh, I do have something of his that, you know, he was actively flying around when he was kidnapped. That maybe will help you like remember that stuff. Nah, she's just like.
And that was one of the things where I was like, okay, maybe Vanessa needs to just go away forever.
Maybe she is a little evil.
Maybe she sucks.
She fully pulls a gun out on a random guy. God. And they never talk about that.
And then looks at him like he's the asshole.
Well, I thought in the first movie when she tells Mike, she's like, never come back here or I will shoot you, was too far. But this time she fully pulls her gun out on a guy and he goes, whoa, don't do that.
Whoa, and then she's like...
and I want to be like, that is not how that would go in real life in any way, shape, or form.
He would...
I'm pretty sure that's a crime in of itself, to just pull your gun out at somebody. Isn't it?
I feel like it's definitely something to be an off-duty police officer and pull your gun on somebody.
No, literally. Like you're out exercising and you just... God.
Your station-issued police gun.
No, that's one thing even in the theater, I was like, come on now. Like, we can write a little better than that. We could be a little bit more realistic.
I did like the switch up of the like the spring trap hand grabbing her shoulder and it being like that was a good like.
I would say the cinematography and the framing and the filming of the movie was done very well. It cinematically looked very, very good. Like, I would say sitting in the front of the theater was probably the best choice I've ever made for a movie because you feel every footstep an animatronic
It was weird because honestly, when I walked in, I was like, "Oh, we're really close," and then I was like, "No, this was kind of cool."
Like feeling every footstep was like, "Okay, wait."
Yeah.
Because we sat really close for Back to the Future, and I really enjoyed that. I felt like being there was like, and especially I was like, I want to do it for like an actual horror movie.
Well, it also helps that at the Regal you can lay down, so you're not cranking your head up
you're
because you're
like
already. I did like that they spelled out. So when they used the speak and spell, spell and speak it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, the fast talker.
The fast talker is better. Yeah.
When they used the fast talker, I like that they spelled out Abby's name once. To reference that. What was it? Is it in FNAF 3 that minigame? No. When are those minigames from?
Oh, like it's spelled like where the save them. It's FNAF 2 that does the save them and stuff.
So yeah, but instead of spending 20 minutes spelling out everything, they spell it out once and then move on. Exactly. So like they have that reference and then they just go, okay, everyone understands what's going on. We're not going to spell out every single word.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good way to work that.
I was worried about the fast talker before the movie came out because I thought it was going to be a thing where she's always able to talk to the animatronics and it was going to be this big like. Because they did Megan too, and that became like a heist like secret movie, and I didn't want them to do FNAF 2 as like a.
That's weird.
A weird movie kind of thing, and from the trailers, it actually looked a lot different than what it came out being. To me, I thought it was going to be opening with McKenna Grace and that stuff, and then it was going to be basically the first movie again, where now he needs to work here, and we're going to go through that. Because they don't go through Five Nights in this one. They do it in the first movie.
Yeah.
But they don't here.
I don't think they needed to.
No, and that's why I was like, are they going to stick to that every movie, or are they going to drop it?
I honestly think it would have lost
a lot
of the charm.
It would have, because I even feel in the first movie, there was some days where it's like, you could have ended the movie today, but you needed to get to that fifth night to do it. And I felt like if this movie focused too heavily on that, it could have got like, oh no, the animatronics are killing people, but I gotta go to bed because it's not night 5 yet. It's not night 5 yet, guys.
Yeah. Big question. Honestly, I almost should say this for last, but what's the point of that? How does the marionette know who Abby is?
I don't. I feel like I also have that in here somewhere.
Because the first time I watched it, I didn't think anything of it. And the second time through, I was like, okay, they make a point to say these are different kids.
How do any of them know who Abby is?
Right.
Like, they're not possessed by the FNAF 1 thing. So, and then she goes in there and she's like, Chica. And then Chica's just like, Abby. And it's like, how do you know? Considering that none of them are possessed except the puppet. And they say that directly. They go, there's only one ghost here. Like, that's one thing is I don't know if Charlotte knows Abby through, I don't know, the Fast Talker. But then how do they contact that Fast Talker directly?
Right.
And talk to her. Guys, this movie is amazing. But let's talk about how it makes zero sense.
Honestly, I think that it's important. You can't just say a movie's good and then only have good things.
It's like Swiss cheese, you know. It's good, but it has a shit ton of holes in it.
Yeah, so many holes, and it's like gross. It's strong. It smells bad.
That is true.
You ever been to a FNAF movie theater? It smells
bad. That's the fact that there were so many people dressed up when we went. We walked out and there was a kid dressed as Freddy Fazbear. Like,
yeah, it was kind of crazy.
It was kind of cool. I felt like there was a lot of fans.
Oh, something I didn't mention earlier is that in the first movie, when we talked about the first movie, I talked about how Foxy's footsteps looked like when they show Kermit stepping because it's the same. I mean, it's the same stuff.
Yes.
Whenever the marionette jumps out of the box the first time to kill McKenna Grace, it is like a Muppet.
Is like it's
a Muppet.
Just being tossed at her. Yeah.
But to that, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I feel like this movie does a lot better with them not feeling super Muppety.
But I honestly like it though, because it's only been so far. It's only been one little scene. Because it was only that where she was kind of. I mean, the marionette is a puppet, so it's going to be a little.
Oh, absolutely. That's where it's like I felt like that fit the character. Whereas at the end when you see Foxy come in and smash in Toy Bonnie's face, I didn't feel like that felt.
Well, and even the only time I really felt that Foxy looked Muppety was when they showed him.
They showed him touching, like stepping on the ball. Because he did it so slowly, like it deflated basically when it was just a plastic ball.
There's no weight in his feet,
yeah.
so he's like,
ding. Yeah, no, literally. And I will say that's one thing with Withered Foxy is I felt like he felt extremely heavy, like
because he's a full body.
Yeah,
he was different, which I was shocked they did a different design.
Which I think he's still, because his legs are still too small for it to be an actual actor. I think it was still an animatronic, but he's much bulkier. He's much more to him than all the other ones, and I feel like that was. I really wish we got him flying at the camera like in FNAF 2, but I know that's just not realistic, and that's just not, whatever. Balloon Boy, this is actually one thing I want to talk. How do you feel about Balloon Boy? Because him...
I thought it was kind of funny.
Him being just basically like a security system makes sense, and then the fact that he rips Balloon Boy's head off, flawless, because we all wanted to do that. All right,
a little table moving.
Let's hop into the school.
So...
Let's get back to school, guys.
Number 1. I confirmed this with a real-life teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No teacher ever would call their classroom their office. They wouldn't even call it their classroom. I double-checked, and if a teacher would leave their keys in their office, in their classroom, they would never pick up the phone, I'm assuming it was probably his wife, and say... Yeah, I got to run back to my office. They would go, I got to go pick up my keys from my room. I forgot them. They'd never say classroom. They'd say room.
Mm-hmm.
Do better.
Absolutely.
We love this movie.
We love this movie. Scott, you're the best writer I've ever seen. And also, makes no sense.
I don't know why that bugged me so much, but even the first time I was like...
I've never noticed, but...
Because he said office, and some teachers in colleges have offices...
Oh, yeah, they have their own actual place.
And sometimes, the teachers will be, like, the head of some department.
Maybe he just thinks he's more important than he actually is.
Yeah. But no, in a middle school, no, you don't have your own office. You have a classroom. And you don't call it even your classroom. You say my room.
He goes, yeah, I'm in my office.
You have a robotics lab.
He's in the office every day.
Sorry, guys, I'm going to the office today. Got to teach a bunch of 7th graders how to build a robot, and I'm going to bully one of them.
Bully the shit out of one of them.
Oh, shoot.
He is so mean.
He did a really good job with that character.
Absolutely. Wayne Knight.
The best is whenever he breaks the little, like, see-through Chica.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one kid goes, "You're a dick." And he's like, "Who said that?"
No, I do like that.
That was a good one. Anyway, so to more of real FNAF stuff. Whenever they had Toy Chica in the like closet with him, and her eyes got the white dot in the middle,
yeah.
and it showed that it was the scanning, and like like it explained more of why their eyes go white when they're looking to kill somebody, and it made a lot more sense.
Because they go into it's like almost like a flashlight kind of mode where she's like scanning the room, and that's I liked that.
And it was not needed.
No, and it's a thing of like they've always done this, and now we're kind of telling
like,
you
oh,
why
here's
they
why.
do it.
So I did really like that, and I feel like they use the movies to kind of not even clear up. There's no confusion. It was just like it's something they did.
It makes it so it's like, okay, here's a thing from the game. We're showing it to you, but we're also making it make sense lore-wise without just being like, oh, Toy Chica loses her beak sometimes for fun, and you know what I mean? They kind of like, oh, it fell off when she got in,
right?
Kind of stuff like that.
But yeah, I thought it was a really good way
My mustache is itchy.
To pull in the game. Do you want me to get it for you?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good way to pull in the game without making it like too much of like, oh, we have to do X, Y, and Z, because that's like it was a good way to kind of bridge that gap. Back at the FNAF location, so I don't understand. Did I skip? I might have skipped a whole. I think I got out of line there for a bit. Abby as puppet. Nope, didn't skip. Spoiler. Okay, so Vanessa obviously knows what's going on here. Mm-hmm. She knows the computer system. She knows who is controlling the animatronics. She knows everything. So why, number one, does she not understand how the computer can shut off the wireless connection? And why is Mike like, oh, I'll do this, and then Vanessa is just like, all right, I'll leave and let you just kind of rooting around that computer.
Well, because what's she gonna do? Go get Abby? Is that what she says? She's gonna go.
Yeah, I was like, why not Mike go get Abby, and you sit here where you know what you're doing?
Because he's the security guard.
Yeah, well, he's also stupid.
Fuck my sister. I don't give a shit about her. And then, and then she walks in, and we already talked about the Abby puppet, but we don't want to get sidetracked. We're at the school still.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're leaving school now. We're back.
Shadow Bonnie. Fun, quick little.
They also confirmed that it was a post-production thing.
Well, yeah.
Which to me makes sense. But like one thing is, I feel like it's exactly the frame from the game, and I think that is cool. Like it's not like a movie version Toy Bonnie. It's just or the Shadow Bonnie. It is just
it's
Shadow
what it
Bonnie.
is. Yeah.
Like, and I love that.
It's again.
People also say Shadow Freddy. It can be seen just his eyes, but I believe
that less.
I believe that a lot less because it was also in the first movie, but I'm gonna watch it again, like with actual high quality and see. But I do doubt it. They say it's when they do that hallway shot, looking at Mike, then you can see him in the corner.
Sure, you can.
Yeah. No Golden Freddy in this movie was another thing I was a little.
That is something, and I think it's on the next page
later, but
yeah, I thought that was weird. They didn't bring that back just for the sake of it.
They bring the kid back, but not the animatronic.
Right. Shadow Bonnie. Another way they bridged the game and the movies without shoving it down your throat. Because the first 2 times that I watched the movie, I missed it.
Oh, really?
Because the first time I was...
I
think I was looking at you. Something happened and I went...
Because something just happened, we were talking and then...
And then the second time I was taking a freaking note. And then I got yelled at because I missed it again. But yeah, it's just like those little things. They're just, I don't know, it's just good ways to bridge those gaps. Kellen is so good as Freddy.
Yeah, we talked about that in the last episode. phenomenal Freddy voice.
All the voice actors.
Because they didn't show, if you're watching this in the future and you didn't watch the trailers, they didn't show any of the characters' voices in the trailers. We didn't hear them. We knew they were going to speak because they announced it, but we didn't know how much they were going to speak, when they were going to speak. So hearing Freddy talk was, I mean, obviously it felt like Glamrock Freddy, but it was still like, that's Toy Freddy. That makes sense.
And to that point, where it sounds like Glamrock Freddy, it makes sense for all the Freddys to sound
sound the
similar.
same, absolutely.
Because that's what a company like that would do. They get one guy who does this, and they're like, oh, we'll just keep it going.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I mean, Mickey Mouse, through every iteration, has sounded
he's always sounded
practically the same. You know,
he looks
that makes
completely
sense.
different. But
even though he's been voiced by multiple, like
20 different people.
Yeah, like because I mean, I guess Kermit's not. Kermit would be the same. He's been voiced by different people.
Yeah, and then now he doesn't sound anything like he used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you establish a sound, it doesn't matter if that character is wherever they are. That's how they sound.
That is, yeah. And
so it makes sense.
In universe, that makes complete sense. And then when we get to the security breach movie, FNAF 7 or whatever we get to, I'm sure that's how he'll sound there. They have official voices, and I don't think they would change those for the movie. But
I am interested to see what they do, because it's not just going to be FNAF 3. Because honestly, FNAF 3 is probably one of the most boring games in the whole franchise.
Oh, for sure. I just rewatched your TikTok about that the other day. I was looking at the comments.
So yeah, and that's that TikTok blew up.
Yeah,
it's the only the
gameplay of it is boring. The lore of it is very interesting. I mean, it's probably when that game came out, it was the biggest game for lore. Like that told us so much stuff. But looking back on it now, it's like kind of one of those games where it's like, if you know that William Afton's Springtrap, you don't need to play that game.
Nope.
Like you can skip it. Like it doesn't do very much for the lore, I guess, except when the place burns down at the end. But you can find that out.
Even then,
you can find that out just by playing Pizza Sim. Like he's still alive, obviously. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm interested to see which direction they go, especially with them making the baby puppet or the baby animatronic. I feel like they'll skip some stuff. I really want to see a Funtime Freddy.
I know, Isaac. I don't think they'll go fully into the actual security breach or into the actual sister location.
No.
But I do think we will see the animatronics, because obviously we see Baby, and like I think we mentioned it, her eyes are green already. So it's like
somebody's already in
she's
there.
already either possessed or they just did it for the movie. But they could say she's already possessed.
But with Scott being the sole writer on this, I feel
everything is a little detail, and that's kind of the issue with this movie. Is I feel every single little thing is going to be something, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. I'd also love to see some of the nightmares. I don't know how they would do it.
Yeah, I just want to see Jim Henson's company make the nightmares, because they're so complicated designs. Because there's so there's so many holes and stuff. They would do so.
It would be so awesome. Whenever Mike starts getting the computer and then Chica's vision flashes up security breach, that was just kind of I giggled at that.
Security breach, good game. Just turned.
I still have 2 more pages. Oh boy.
It just turned
2, 3, 4.
4, yeah. It just turned 4 a couple days ago.
Wow.
That's crazy, because we went and saw No Way Home, and then we went and played Security Breach. And, dude, that night was crazy. Because it was like, we just saw Toby and Andrew and Spider-Man, and then got to go home and play, the glitchiest, most laggiest FNAF game we've ever seen in our lives. And we were blown away.
It was the craziest thing.
When I got stuck in a room and wandered around for 10 minutes, where do I go? And then realized I clipped through the floor and it was in an area I was not supposed to be in, was amazing.
Or when we figured out that the save spots were actually something.
Oh yeah, because they were literally pixelated on our.
But it was
because we were playing on the
PS4.
Yeah,
but it was actually helpy and a.
It was. He's walking down planting flags, and we're like, oh, it's not just a blurry blob of nothing.
So this is something just with the. I don't even know what to even describe it as, but so Mike goes in, he clicks on Bonnie's profile, clicks on tracker, it flashes up a map. Then he goes in, he clicks on Freddy's. Clicks on tracker, it flashes up the same map, but with both dots now.
Do you
It's
notice
like
where Freddy was at?
probably 6'7", 6'7".
No, he was on. Freddy was on Elm Street when they saw him, which is it's actually West Elm Street, which is a reference to Wes Craven, who directed Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger. I just thought that was, if it was unintentional, it was very, very good lining up. But I would assume it's intentional. His jaw is dropped right now, guys. He does not give a shit.
That's fine. Like, why was it only after he picked Freddy's that, like, why isn't there like a track the animatronics?
He doesn't track all of them. Yeah, so he
has to go in and pick each one.
Because he never going to track all of them. And then, did they ever plan for them to ever get out? Why did the GPS work that far away?
Right. It was that's the other thing is that what
Oh, another thing I was going to mention.
What was old Willy Boy playing?
And I could be wrong, but in the scene where Toichi gets in the car with Corey Kenshin, in the far shot, you can look in the windows and you see that there's no Chica in the car, which
really?
I thought was funny. But I might be wrong. It might have just been the quality of the video. But I was like looking at it and I'm like, I don't think there's anybody in the back of the car. Like, I think they just filmed that beforehand.
But if he would have picked all of the locations, it would have ruined the fight with Mangle, because it would have been like, oh, Mangle's on your car.
Oh, yeah, she's moving with you? Which that was such a phenomenal scene too. That was very fun. They showed almost every single bit of it in the trailers, which was kind of depressing.
But also, it
was phenomenal.
My favorite thing was, and somebody made, I saw TikTok about this, and it was that whenever Mangle gets thrown through the window, Freddy just stands there and just accepts his fate.
He literally just takes it.
He's just like...
They did like the... Oh, and it's just like Mangle flying towards him. Yeah. That was so... That ending scene, I felt was really fun. I know it was very Avengers-like, but it was fun.
Yeah. It was good. I don't even care that it was kind of cheesy. It was really good.
I enjoyed it.
And I would watch it 14 times in a row.
Oh, absolutely.
I wish, this is the one thing where it's like, they could have played into like the goofiness of the movie. The Goofy movie.
Goofy.
Next video, watch out. Just kidding. Maybe. Is that whenever the guy threw the sandwich and it hit Freddy in the nose,
and it did not honk. I was literally like, why the fuck did it not honk?
I was like, why didn't it honk?
Why not? That's such a missed opportunity, and that's something, because they didn't have the honk in the first movie either. To me, that's something that Scott has put that in every single game, I think, up until like now with Security Breach and that stuff. I don't think it's in there. To exclude it from both movies, to me, is kind of like, all right, you're missing. And especially to have something like that happen and then not do it. Yes, I was disappointed. I was a little bit like, okay, you missed the ball there.
It was still really good, but it was
you had an opportunity and you blew it.
Yeah.
Same thing with that Freddy yell in the first movie, where after they kill everybody, he just yells a completely brand new yell that's never been heard before in the franchise. Yeah, I'm like, you could have done the Golden Freddy scream, and they do in one of the bonus scenes. They have that same scene, and he does the Golden Freddy scream.
Oh, really?
So people think now that that was originally what they did, and then Scott was like, well, no, that's Golden Freddy's, so they got to change it. So...
Yeah. Stupid Scott.
It would have been better.
Whenever you're talking about the cinematography and the shots and everything, whenever Vanessa goes to Mike's house after the puppet is taking over Abby, and she opens the door and they pull the camera back and it's actually a shot in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's just so smooth. Yeah, and it's just so good. But altogether, I mean, the movie just looks so good.
I think so too. I think for a movie, because this one's definitely scarier in just terms of like suspense. And I feel like they pull off that way, way better in this movie. Like the movie's a lot darker and it feels natural that it's more dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm glad they went that way, because you can only be so like childy and kiddie for so long until it's like, okay, I'm over this.
You gotta make it a horror movie in some ways.
Right. And that was something like Josh was saying in like his interviews and stuff, was like, people wanted it to be more scary, so we made it more scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, again, listening to the community, not just making this movie that you want to make. We already talked about this, but Abby as the puppet, so good.
So good.
It made that movie mechanic, like it made it work.
It made it feel like it was going, like it actually went somewhere. It kind of made sense to why they were doing that. she did so good. Like, from the start of the movie, I don't feel like she was the best actor in the beginning.
No, in the beginning it was terrible.
I was kind of like, maybe she needed a moment to get into the role a little bit, or they filmed that first and she just wasn't. Not that she was like the worst actress I've ever seen, but it was like you could tell that she was reading a script.
Right.
And then when she becomes a puppet, I was kind of blown away. I was like, okay, wait, for a child actress,
even after,
you're kind of killing it.
Yeah. Even after that first scene of her like getting off the school bus, she gets way better. Some of that was the first thing they filmed, and she was just trying to get back into it. But...
Or if it's because I also thought that maybe she feels, these are people that she doesn't actually know in real life, so maybe it was like more uncomfortable, not being around all the animatronics. Because also she has a really like her and the girl that is inside the Chica costume are also like really like close, I guess, in real life.
Oh.
So it's like I feel in the scenes when she's with Chica, they are very natural because I was like, she probably is in her head talking to the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I do wonder when they did the voices, if they did them on set or if they did them all post. So like, did they just talk regular or did they have Megan Fox on set ever? Because Megan Fox has been in nothing at all. Like in the movie, like I have not seen her in promotional stuff for it. I have not seen anything. Like it's just like she voices Toy Chica and that's it.
I bet it was all like ADR.
Probably.
Also, again, it's the corniness of the movie, but whenever Mike comes into the house and he has that music box and he goes, so funny. Because it's just like, it looks so stupid.
No, for sure.
But he's acting like he's like...
He's got like a gun. And
he's like,
stop this.
And then he shuts it.
Yeah.
Idiot. I don't know why he shuts it. That drives me,
he wants to die.
It drives me crazy that he's like, okay, this thing stops the bad guy. I'm just going to close it.
Mm-hmm. Well, because then what happens? The puppet...
takes over Vanessa.
Yeah, but where does the puppet go?
Back to Abby's room. Or back towards Abby's room.
Okay. And then that's when Michael comes in.
That's when Michael.
Yeah, that's right.
Also, so whenever Mike went to the first location, the first movie's location, and was like, if you guys really care about Abby, you'll show up and you'll help. I really thought that was going to be all of that. Like, I didn't think it was going to happen.
I didn't really think, yeah.
And then to bring them back with the dum-dums,
dude, that literally felt...
Like, it sounds so dumb to be like, but like, it was just so... And then, like, they whatever they... I don't know if it's like a higher frame rate or how, but like, the movie changes for like that whole fight scene. It's just so good, and it's just such like a...
It feels, and it's... I saw, before the movie came out, this... Twitter user like leaked the film, but then people got so mad that they like went back and said it was all fake, but it actually turned out most of it was true. But they said like the ending was a very like Avengers Endgame style, and so like going into it I was like, how do they do that? And yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. It was
just so good. It was so dumb.
Characters you didn't expect to come back came back, and I felt that was absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Then with that, I also thought it was funny that the kid that plays Golden Freddy was back talking to Abby, and he was like, "We're not made to go outside, the location. Like we're dying. One, why don't they just take him back?" It's not like.
To me, that feels like it was the happiest day, and for them, it was. They were out. They defeated the animatronics, and to them, I think maybe they thought, the puppet was defeated or something, so then they were like, it's our happiest day, they're surrounded by our friends, friend Abby, move on. To me that felt a little, because the movie didn't end where I thought it was going to end. I thought there was still so much more, so that's, to me, it's like, it feels like the ending got kind of cut short. It ends pretty fast, so that's where it's like, I wish they would explain more why.
But it was hilarious that the kid was talking and he goes, "Hey Mike," and Mike's like, yeah, like he was like zoned out. He was
because now the ghost child is talking to you. Yeah, he's like, wait, you actually are. This is not me going crazy.
Yeah, that was something I went and saw it the second time with my sister, and she saw it the first time, and it got to that point, and she was like, "Oh, this movie's about over," and I said, "The movie is over. There's no more movie." No. I said, "Vanessa gets possessed. That's it. Movie's over."
Yeah.
I was like,
it's
not about over.
So quick too. Like I genuinely when it possessed her, like I thought the frame was sitting there for a little too long. I was like, that's not the end, is it? And then the credits start, and I was like, how do they end the movie there? But it so much shows that they knew it was going to be successful. They knew the first movie was such a success that it's like we can just leave it on the cliffhanger. We're gonna finish it, like eventually.
And I think that was something too with like the end of the first one. It ended on a cliffhanger, but not one that like if they never made a second one.
No, yeah, absolutely.
But this ended with the intention, and it's again, I just finished editing that one about Back to the Future. The first movie can stand alone, but 2 plays into 3.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I feel like it does end very similar to Back to the Future.
And I have a feeling it'll start, maybe I probably won't actually, but it'd be awesome if it would start playing out, I don't know, 5 minutes of what happens next, and then jump into the future.
Well, they could, because, I mean, you gotta do something with Vanessa being possessed. So you almost have to continue directly on from that.
Here's my, I guess I'll say that for the end, because I'm almost through my notes. My big question is, will the marionette taking over Vanessa drive a wedge between her and Mike that Mike finally cuts ties? And the thought I just had would kind of support that, but do you have something?
No, I feel like that would make sense.
But like, so I just want to get through these and I'll come back to that. Number 1 line in the movie. Okay, break their bones.
Oh, yeah.
Break their bones.
Break their bones.
Okay, break their bones. Kill them, break their bones.
What are we done with them now?
Kill them and break their bones.
Maybe my eyebrows.
Best line ever. Break their bones.
Break them.
Break them, break their bones.
I like that. And then the fact that he runs outside and gets punched by
the guy.
What is his name? I can't
The
think.
guy who was supposed to be painting.
Yeah. This guy does not know what he's there for.
No.
He doesn't know what he's running from.
No.
He just knocks this random dude out, and I respect that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like he sensed the plot. And then also, he's going to walk in that house and see 4 dead animatronics. No. 8 dead animatronics, because you have all 4 of the originals and then all 4 toys. And he's going to go, what the hell went on here?
What?
I was coming to paint nothing.
I was coming up and not paint again.
I was going to finish painting before I started.
I also kind of find that Bonnie kills Mangle by taking her apart. So it's like...
I thought that too. I was like, so isn't that the point though? Like,
right.
Maybe it's just because she never gets put back together.
I think it's what it is, that once she's put back together,
then she'll be fine. So maybe for the next movie, she'll put herself back together or something.
And then the last thing I have before I get into this, where I think the third movie will go, which is kind of, I just, talking helped kind of formulate that. The FNAF 2 animatronics are spring locks.
Yeah. Which is not true in the games.
Right.
I do wonder where that will play. I mean, because they said the original animatronics were spring locks, and I never would have thought it'd be the toys. I would have figured it would be the Wizards. But yeah, they're spring locks
too. It also,
too.
With that, and you said with the Wizards, aren't the Wizards the FNAF 1 animatronics? In the games.
So there's, the parts are used to make the FNAF 1 animatronics, because that one's still a prequel. So those 4 technically come from another restaurant before FNAF 2. Then they're Wither in FNAF 2, and then they use the parts to make the FNAF 1 animatronics.
Right. Okay.
But in this universe, they're completely separate things.
Which is interesting. So again, they're not going to come back, but it's like...
Well, you see William Afton's drawings. It says Freddy Fazbear 3.0, and it's the FNAF 1 Freddy. So that's like, I think it was Wizards, toys, and then the FNAF 1 animatronics.
And then Springtrap.
Yeah, absolutely is he's there. Well, he's always existed. I guess.
But it's just that.
Well, yeah, no, because it has to be Golden Freddy and Spring Bonnie. Then it has to be Wizards. Then
toys.
Because I would assume they would come first. And where's Baby in there? I don't know when that one was built.
Later.
But yeah, so where do you think FNAF 3 is going to take us? Where do you think we'll start off?
So based off of what, like Michael's kind of feelings around the marionette, based off of the kind of back and forth, if he was kind of like, he wanted this to happen, I think his intention, I don't know how he would have known this, but that could happen. I think he wanted the marionette to possess Vanessa to make her finish the family business. So that was his kind of whole thing, was like, come work with me and we can finish what Dad started. And it's like, she didn't want to, but
what are they trying to finish is kind of my thing.
I don't know. What was William ever trying to do? Just kill people.
Just kill people.
Just kill people and have a beer.
That's true. Just chill back, kill some kids.
Eat popcorn, live forever, have a beer.
That is true.
Butter.
Because in the games, they explain it later, but he was trying to get Remnant out of the kids so that he himself could live forever.
And
but
maybe
in the movies,
that is
it's not explained yet.
And that could be it too. Is that Michael knows that he's in the FNAF 1 location, and he thinks that he's safe there because it's been vacant for so long, and now it's dilapidated, and maybe that's the thought, is that he's working on that in the background. Who knows? But I can totally see some sort of a team up between the two, and then driving that divide between Mike and Vanessa, where he sees her working with Michael and is like,
And we didn't even talk about Henry at all. Like, he's in the movie for a very, very short period of time.
That was something. So playing Pizza Sim, the first like tape you play, he says, whatever, leaving room for dead space.
Yeah, and he says that.
And it says the same thing.
Yeah.
And
so that's my thing, is because you were like, did he die? I do think, because he kind of gets like attacked or something happens to him at the end. And I thought either it's Vanessa, like puppet, coming after him, or he's, for some reason, in the original Freddy's, like trying to record it, and then Mike finds it later or something, and he's recording it and gets attacked by Springtrap or something like that.
That is something I'd be interested to see if they go back into where he was and what he was.
Yeah. Because obviously I feel like after that, then he very obviously was going to get involved, but then we never really see him again. And I think that's intentional. Like, it's like, yeah, he'll play a way bigger role in the next movie. We just had to kind of introduce him here. But to me, it's like, why did he not come in at the end and do anything? Like, maybe he was at the original location trying to find Springtrap, and then maybe that's where the movie picks up, is, them reuniting, and then, I don't know, they kiss or something. I would love to see that. He pulls off the mask and it's like a rotting corpse, and they're like, I missed you, William. We've been recording for like 2 hours. Give me a break. I gotta think of some ideas.
Watch it.
No, but I think FNAF 3 will, first of all, it will not be the ending of the series at all.
It's making so much money.
There's talks already about a TV show. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how far along that's come. But I don't know if Blumhouse has done any TV shows yet.
All good horror movies are ruined by TV shows.
Have you watched Welcome to Derry?
No.
I think Welcome to Derry is really good, actually. The CGI in some spots is iffy, but I only noticed that watching it again.
I feel like that's always been its problem.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's so unrealistic that it's like it's hard to make a monster has 1,000 teeth and his face looks like
it's 10
Adam.
feet wide.
Yeah, like I think it's hard to make him look realistic. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's kind of it. If you sat through everything,
I think that's kind of it. Our podcast was longer than the movie was.
That is probably true at this point.
There's no probably. It 100% is longer than the movie was.
If you ever look at the runtimes of our podcast, realize the 2 episodes that are longest as of right now. Both are 5 Nights.
The 3 episodes.
Oh, that is true. This is also a 3rd episode.
It is the 5 Nights at Freddy's movies.
But I think, unless you have anything else to say, I think that's where we.
I don't think I do.
I think
I broke down every second of this movie.
Let me. Yeah. Oh, Doug comes back, bro.
Oh,
that
was
so
such
sick.
a good. He came up and normally I'm pretty good, like not being that guy in the movie theater, but he came up with, give this man an appetizer.
I was smiling a little bit. I was like, okay, I like that he's back. I enjoyed his character in the first movie, and then he's just like, I think you're gonna need a lawyer, and it's just like.
And I only said it loud enough for the people that we were with to hear me.
Oh, for sure.
But I 100% was like, Okay, this is my time to shine. This is
Get
my
this
time to be
guy.
the funny guy.
Guys,
Class clown over here.
hold my mic. Hold the mic. Hold the popcorn.
Hold my mic so I can drop it.
Hell yeah. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, subscribe. We will be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's 3 whenever that comes out. I don't think we have anything planned for next time yet.
Not yet.
So you'll find out what that is in 3 more months. Thank you guys all for watching. I've been your host, Hayden McGraw, and I am joined by... Thank you so much for watching. Oh, he's still going. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Oh, he's still going. Thank you so much for... Thank you so much for watching. Oh, there you go. He let me do it. Thanks for watching. And I do, yeah.
I like that we both went like this.
We're like dead cats. You know, like they
no,
like...
I don't. Thanks
animals.
for spoiling Dead Cats from me. I'm waiting to see that movie.
I'm waiting for my cat to die.